Welcome back everyone to another training video. Today we would like to go over employee benefits with you. Let's cover ways that you can increase your performance so you are able to receive even more amazing
Caleb thought it had been a good idea to climb the mountain trail up into the forest. He thought he was well prepared for it even. His new sheepskin coat he had just finished making. He knew he would do well against the chilly forest wind. 2 days away, his newly crafted coat was working well. However, what he didn't think would happen is losing his left shoe. He stepped down into a muddy bog on one part of the trail. He looked for his shoe for a while, but it had been completely lost to the boggy, muddy pit that claimed it. He kept thinking to himself as he climbed up the rocky trail, now with his left foot bare, that if he had only bought some of these materials in his sewing kit alone, he could have made something quick and makeshift. At least it would have been better than his now freezing foot being exposed. Either way, sure no, Caleb was too curious to turn back. You see, recently in town, strange things have been happening. Everyone was starting to hear the weird stories Kieran had been running around spewing. You're probably just going crazy, but there had been other strange events as well. Just a few, but it had made Caleb curious. Caleb had checked a few of these out, but so far he hadn't found anything concrete. However, yesterday he may have been given his first real lead. According to different people around the town, they saw something massive up on the trail towards the old rundown cabin yesterday. The trail was a bit out of the way, but it was his chance to finally get some answers. Caleb had prepared well, he had thought, and had brought his trusty pistol and knife with him. He had been too curious to wait and had left late in the afternoon. Thinking back now, he should have waited at least until the morning. Caleb was known in the town for helping out in dangerous situations. The people in the town relied on him for guarding the streets at night or watching the town's borders during the day. The truth be told, he did it because he liked it. It was a big rush then to be able to be on the town watch. He was proud to be the strong and brave hero. Few others in the town were as brave as him. Actually, he was probably the strongest person in the town, he thought to himself. As the sun was now setting, it was almost completely dark. Caleb searched around him as he knew the rundown cabin was likely close by. It took a few more minutes, from right as the light finally disappeared behind the forest's massive pine trees. He saw the cabin. The cabin had been abandoned quite a long time ago, but it would be a great place to hold up for the night. Just in time, as the biting cold air was the last his poor bare foot could handle. He entered the cabin and quickly started a small fire in the run-down old fireplace. After that, he ate an apple from his pack and finally sat down in an old chair near the corner of the room. The place was very run down and covered in dust. He set his gun and knife on the table next to him and started to relax. What was seen on this mountain yesterday, it wasn't normal for Jose to be so worked up by something. First Kieran, and now Jose. Kieran might just be crazy, but he knows Jose well. He trusted him. The thought of this made Caleb look in the direction of his gun. He had never failed to face a challenge before, so reminding himself of this proud fact, he dozed off to sleep lightly while being ready to react if need be. He would find answers tomorrow with the morning light, he thought. Caleb suddenly woke up. Sweat was running down his forehead. Was he living a fever? Maybe because he had walked up here without his shoe in the cold. It couldn't have been much past midnight, because it is still so dark he couldn't see in front of him well. He realized in this moment that he could now hear something moving around the cabin outside. It was walking back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. After a few minutes of this, there was a moment of silence. Suddenly, there was a loud, head-throbbing crash. Then Caleb shot straight up. He looked over towards the cabin door. It was hard to tell at first, but he could see the doorknob slowly start to turn.
Who's there?
Caleb screamed more loudly than he meant to. The doorknob stopped turning, and a deafening silence fell. Nervously, he got up to tend the fire, as the room was too dark to fully see. It was going to be hard to fight off something without any light whatsoever. Now, with a few more logs in the fireplace, he could see more clearly. Stop. 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 He audibly turned his back for a moment to tend to the fire. How had he gotten in? How was it so fast? Frozen, facing the fire, he didn't dare to move, knowing his gun and knife were on the table in the corner. Not whatever it was, whoever it was already right behind him. He should have grabbed the knife before now. But how could he have known it would move so suddenly without making any noise? Without moving, he whispered,
"What are you?"
A high, unhumanly voice answered,
Don't you want to see for
yourself? Silence filled the room. It felt as if ages passed. Caleb had never felt fear like this before in his life. Sweat now pouring down his brow, he decided to slowly turn and see what he saw was the last thing. What he saw was the last thing.
what you saw?
It was the last thing he saw. His last thought was typically of his shoe. And now it didn't matter that he had lost it earlier. The creature that was currently eating him probably wouldn't have liked the flavor of his shoe. Anyways.
These are just some of the reasons that you will want to continue working at your absolute best here at Project E. So remember, If you don't be upon us, you will never know the real joy of a happy tomorrow.